Troy.
Hi, Kath. So the number one thing I've learned over the years about success is focus and avoiding distraction, which sounds really boring. How I keep myself focused and how I avoid distraction is I remind myself that every time I get distracted, I'm actually giving a huge gift to my competitors by not focusing on what it is I'm trying to achieve. So every time I feel like I'm getting myself distracted, I remind myself, if I just stay on path here and stay on track, that gives my competitors an opportunity to get distracted by the next shiny widget or the next shiny object they're chasing. And all I have to do is stay focused, which is really boring, but is actually one of the hardest things to do, is to not lose focus. So I just remind myself, if I stay focused, a competitor of mine is going to fall off the path and I can just move past them and get in front. The other analogy I remind myself is, and it's kind of like a mindfulness thing. I'm fortunate my wife is a psychologist and she's always talking to me about mindfulness, is that, and what I tell my team here is that at some point when you're in business, you have to do the dishes, right? And what I mean by that is you have to do the really boring, mundane work that's not sexy and is not glamorous. And it would be much easier to get distracted by the shiny object. But if you don't do the dishes, eventually they pile up and there's nothing to eat food off. At some point, someone has to just stand there in front of the kitchen window, look out to the yard, think nothing, and wash the dishes. And so for me, that's what staying focused is. So I time block in my calendar. I use Asana to try and manage my day, and I just try and focus on my 3 big rocks for the day. If I can get 3 mission critical things done every day that move the needle, doesn't matter how far, just got to move the needle in the right direction, then I can go home satisfied that I've stayed focused and that I've served my business and I've served my customers. Failure for me knocks me down and it takes me too long to get up because I'm pretty fragile when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I've actually tricked my brain over the years to make it impossible for me to fail. And the way I've done that is just brainwashed myself that failure is when reality doesn't meet your expectations. That's the definition of failure. And so my expectation now is every day when I come to work that I'm just going to learn something. And so therefore it's impossible for me to fail. The only way I fail is if I don't turn up. If I turn up, I've won.
That's a really powerful thing. Did you come up with that yourself?
I did, because I hear a lot, you got to fail because that's the only way you learn. Fail fast, fail early, fail forward. That's the only way you learn. And I'm like, that just doesn't work for me at all.